You know, journalism and journalists, including this one, have a lot to answer for when we cover tragedies such as the most recent mass school shooting. Each one is unique. I don't mean to lump them all in one category, but on stories such as this, it is true, I'm sorry to say, and again, I don't accept myself from this criticism, I include myself in this criticism, that you jump and go on a breaking news story. Many times the first things you hear are wrong. It's one of the lessons every journalist learns early on, but we have to keep learning it and relearning it, that the first things you hear are often wrong. A lot of mistakes were made in covering this most recent shooting, particularly in the early hours, even the first day and a half. A lot of misinformation, a lot of wrong information was passed along. And with the journalist, the first responsibility is accuracy, and right along shoulder to shoulder with it, fairness and responsibility. And so often we don't meet our own high standards. And it is true that in some cases, on the one hand, one bemoans the tragedy. I don't like the phrase milk the tragedy, but sometimes that's the case. And then, yes, it's sometimes the case, turn around and start pointing fingers. Now, I want to be clear in this most recent case that those who manufacture and supply guns and ammunition, and those who take a hardline position of, well, this is what we have to put up with in a free and democratic society, I think they need to be held to account. They should be held to account for something like this. And frankly, I think it's not a case of too much finger pointing, probably not enough, if not finger pointing, at least asking the hard questions. I'll give you an example. Up to and including this moment, nobody has gone to the manufacturers of these automatic weapons, these really weapons of warfare, and the manufacturers of the ammunition to say, all right, what is your responsibility in this? Tell me how you feel about this. So I don't think it's a case of too much finger pointing, if anything, not enough. But I do want to be clear. You know, journalism is not a precise science. It's a crude art. And practice at its best, it has a high sense of responsibility. When a tragedy such as this happens, yes, there's a battle for ratings and audience that sometimes overwhelms what should be our sense of responsibility.